How to build a bridge on this 100-meter cliff to reach the other side. Over the years, countless people have tried, but none have succeeded. The two brothers refused to stay in the village their whole lives. They also wanted to see the world beyond, but after a long discussion, they still had no solution. The elder brother stared at the birds flying in the sky, deep in thought. Unconsciously, he walked onto a wooden plank at the cliff's edge. He discovered the small plank could actually hold his weight. Suddenly, he had an idea. He looked excitedly at his younger brother. Sure enough, the younger brother understood instantly. The brothers immediately got to work. They picked up pieces of old wooden planks, tied and connected them tightly with rope, then used a big rock to anchor one end of the bridge. Soon, a short bridge a few meters long was built. They carefully stepped onto the bridge to test it. As expected, the bridge really held both their weight. Though they were still hundreds of meters from the other side, they finally saw hope. As long as they had enough planks, the bridge could be finished. But because so many had failed before, the villagers didn't believe in them. Only a little girl saw hope in their efforts. The brothers didn't let her down. They worked hard every day to build the bridge. What if they didn't have enough strength? The clever brothers used a dead tree as a support point. This way, they successfully pulled the bridge straight. Finally, they used all their strength to push a huge rock off the cliff for anchoring. And just like that, they completed the wooden bridge. The brothers were thrilled by what they had accomplished. They quickly launched a flare to inform the villagers. The villagers saw the signal and cheered. They all encouraged the brothers to keep going. But an even bigger challenge awaited them. How to build the bridge from the middle rock to the opposite side. They thought of using the principle of a sail. When the wind blew, the sail could carry the bridge across. Everything was ready. They just waited for the wind. But instead came a storm. The villagers all ran inside to avoid the rain. Only the little girl wouldn't return no matter how they called. She silently prayed that the brothers would succeed in crossing. As the sails were lifted by the wind one by one, the bridge was quickly pulled toward the opposite side. The brothers seized the moment and ran forward. But the weather was extremely harsh. A bolt of lightning struck down. The bridge was nearly burned. The girl immediately noticed. The dead tree supporting the bridge began to shake. The ropes started snapping one by one. The brothers had not yet reached the other side. She rushed to the tree, pulled the rope with all her might to stabilize it, but she was just not strong enough. At that moment, the villagers also came to help. With everyone's strength, the bridge was slowly lifted again. This time, the brothers were very close to the other side. But suddenly, lightning blocked the younger brother's path. The elder brother leaped to the opposite side. He quickly reached out to pull his brother, but the younger brother slipped and fell downward. Half of his body hung on the wooden plank. He grabbed the plank and struggled to climb up. But when he turned around, the opposite side was already out of reach. He stretched his hand trying to grab his brother, but the distance grew wider and wider. He looked once toward the villagers, then looked again at his brother. He knew he wouldn't make it across, so he made a decision. He picked up his flare gun, fired a second flare. The next second, he fell off the cliff with the broken bridge. Meanwhile, the villagers saw the bridge had completely collapsed. They were overwhelmed with sorrow, but the next second, the flare exploded in the sky. The villagers realized the brothers had succeeded, and they finally cheered.